There's one thing you need to do to actually change your life forever, to make your life better, to make it what you want it to be. And the answer is probably going to surprise you. The answer is actually very simple. So most people, they only change their life when something drastic happens, when, some sort of trauma, maybe heartbreak's a common one for men, where they decide to, get their shit together after. Or maybe there's been a passing in the family, somebody's died, and then people decide to get their life in order. And then people decide that they want to improve. If it's not that, it's always going to be something else, like maybe someone uses the excuse of being too busy, like, oh, now's not the time, I've not got time to focus on myself, I've not got time to focus on improving, which, let's be honest, we all know that's a little bit of bullshit, because that's actually the time when you improve the most, is when you're at peak stress, when everything's going all over the place, everything's busy, you're just stressed out all the time. That's when you actually work out the nuances of how to navigate life. Those are the real lessons, but that could all skip over your head if you're not perspicacious enough to focus in on what the stress is teaching you, what those hardships are teaching you. So that's another common excuse that people use, is I'm too busy to improve. Another one that's actually really common as well, in the self-improvement space especially, is the idea of, I need to put these systems in place, all these like habits. I know Hamza calls them clean shirt motherfuckers, which is quite funny, because there's these guys that talk, you need to get your systems in place so that when you wake up, the easiest thing for you to do is to go and meditate, or to do this and to do that. That's not the answer. That's not the answer. You already know that's not the answer, because you sit on YouTube all day watching these types of videos and you still don't do anything about it. You still don't really get in that zone of improving every day and waking up every day thinking, how can I make my life better with the opportunities I have today? And then on the contrasting side of everything, you've got the people that they don't really have the confidence to improve themselves, which again it is a little bit heartbreaking to see, because a lot of people will be so devastated, so depressed, so unhappy with their life, but they've actually not got the confidence because maybe the friends that around them, that they don't want to seem like they're coming out of their shell. They don't want to be seen to be trying. So if it's not the fact that they're worried about how they look towards their friends, then it often comes down to how they just don't back themselves. They don't back themselves to actually go through with it. They don't care what their friends think of them, but they don't actually think that they can improve. And maybe this comes from a lack of knowledge, lack of resources, a lack of positive influences in their life, which it can all be fixed. But believe it or not, that's not the answer. So what is the big thing? What is the one thing that you need to do to fix your life? The thing is, you just have to say, fuck it. I don't like where I am, I don't like what I'm doing, and I want to change. Fuck it. End of line. It's a short sentence. Fuck it. 2 words. That's all it is. You got to get to that finite, decisive point of just saying, right, forget everything, I'm going to improve. That's all I'm going to focus on. You need to, once you have that sort of finite decision, that really sort of polarized mindset of, right, I'm doing it, then it gets rid of so much fluff. It gets rid of, but what should I be focusing on? It clarifies your mind. It makes your vision seem so much more realistic, so much more achievable, because you're not thinking about distractions, because all you're thinking is, I'm going to improve myself. Fuck it. So if you understand that point deeply and you just want to say fuck it and start improving yourself, if you click the link in the description below, you'll go to my website and you can see some courses and some ebooks with some key knowledge that will help you actually kickstart that journey of improvement. You don't know where to start, this is a great place to start. I've been doing self-improvement for about 3 years consciously, and also reflecting upon the rest of my life, how I navigated that and the lessons that I've absorbed from that, and I've applied that into writing all of these ebooks and putting the course together. So if you want to check that out, link is down in the description before. Subscribe to the channel for weekly videos, and I'll see you next week.